Breaking news continuing to unfold in France as we come on the air tonight. At least 120 people confirmed dead at this hour, as well as 8 attackers.
This is a Fox News alert. It certainly looks like terrorism, and again, it is France, Nice, France. That's along the French Riviera.
Fran, we are learning that ISIS has claimed responsibility for this shooting. What do you make of the nature of this attack?
About 2:40 p.m. London time, a car driving over Westminster Bridge plows into horrified pedestrians.
The world is not as safe as we once believed. I've spent the last several days traveling through cities that have experienced terrorist attacks in the recent past. My family, my professors, my friends, and even I myself have all been worried about something happening while I was gone. But nothing did, at least not in France. This was my second year in a row coming to Cannes, and for the second time, I came back in one piece. I wrote on Facebook a few days before leaving that I would not be telling stories about how I narrowly escaped terrorism, but would instead be telling stories about how I ate too many croissants, drank too much wine, and saw too many movies. Cannes, as I remember it, was a safe place.
My name, K-E-L-L-E-N.
Having so much to acknowledge our wonderful students from around the world. Such an important part.
And then second question, what was the best part of being here?
Aside
best
from the films,
memory.
man, like just hanging out with you guys, getting, faced on the beach, making some memories. Yeah.
But there were legitimate concerns this year. Security increases were noticeable. Most theaters would not allow me to bring my camera gear in, and I experienced no less than a dozen security checkpoints throughout any given day. The magazine spent nearly every day using at least some space to comment on it, with one particular quote standing out. The other interns took notice as well.
It was very obvious to see, just interacting with the festival, all of the security, the bag checks and the metal detectors, pretty much to get into any part of the festival.
I did get a little anxious sometimes when I would see squads of soldiers with machine guns about this big, like right next to me, but it did feel on a sense of, since I wasn't going to do anything and there was no need to be worried, I felt good. And it really is, it was reassuring to have all that protection there. And I felt that the scary guards with 4 or 5 people carrying big machine guns really dissuade anybody's idea of trying something funny.
I feel safer here than I might on Portland State Campus, or this UC Santa Barbara, or in Boston right before a marathon, or some of the horrible things that have happened right in our own backyard. So, knock wood, nothing horrible is going to happen here, but the bigger thing to be concerned about, which I understand one of you has already experienced this morning, is petty crime, petty theft.
On our way out to Cannes, it is likely that each of us were told to, quote, be safe. It's a fact that if something did happen, we'd have been powerless to stop it. And just because we were in Cannes, that doesn't mean we are in any increased danger. There was one night where someone had found a suspicious bag in one of the theaters, and they evacuated the theater. It turned out to be nothing and resulted only in a delayed evening schedule. Our nerves went down and we enjoyed the movie. And then we woke up to this headline.
We are currently treating this as a terrorist incident.
And just a few days later, we saw this one.
Tonight, the FBI looking into whether hate crime charges will be filed against an alleged white supremacist accused of stabbing 2 Good Samaritans to death on a commuter train in Portland.
For myself and one of the other interns, these places were in our very own backyards. I'm from Portland and a student at Portland State University, just like one of the attack victims. And Saul is from Manchester.
While I was there, I didn't have many concerns about what's happening, because you see the police and the army absolutely everywhere. You see snipers on roofs and stuff. But after the attacks in Manchester, I thought that security would probably step up quite a bit, and kind of a concern and kind of not concerned at the same time. But I didn't really see much difference in the security, and it's concerning because, you know, you'll think they'll step up, especially since it's been such a big attack in another major city in Europe. But then also another concern is because it clearly means that they think they've got everything sorted and everything is happening.
Terrorism happens everywhere. It happens to Afghanis. It happens amidst political unrest in the United Kingdom. It happens to the Parisians. It happens to Ariana Grande fans. It happens to Portlanders. I was in what amounts to a security military fortress and nothing happened to me. But is that the solution? I don't believe it is. In Cannes, we were supposed to be there celebrating the cinema, not being subjected to and worn down by insane security. On the last day of the festival, a few of us walked out to the small island just beyond where we were working. In a few hours, we would all be in the lobby of our hotel getting ready to leave.
We're seat buddies.
Seat buddies.
Seat buddies.
The next day, I would be back in London just after the United Kingdom had raised their alert level to the highest it had been in over a decade. I was understandably nervous to travel, but right here, I felt at ease. On this unsecured island with no checkpoints and no metal detectors, with these people in the south of France, I felt safe and sound.